but I was really hoping to see God. That's why I'm here.
Well, you're speaking with us, son. We're God. Welcome home.
And to what do we owe this honor of the visit, young man? We hear from you and your siblings down there on earth all the time, and that's a blessing. But here you are in the flesh. What a treat.
Well, thanks, I guess. I'm not really an emissary of all humanity, at least not officially. But I'm desperately worried about us, so I'm sort of self-appointed.
No need to apologize. Any human being who's ever done anything of any merit out of the ordinary has been self-appointed. Don't worry about it.
Well, thanks. So anyway, you're God, both of you?
Of course. Divinity requires constant teamwork, you know. We've been doing this, well, forever, I guess. Where are your parents?
Okay. I'm not sure I ever believed in you down there. And now this. A married couple living in the 1950s, middle-class Americans, probably Eisenhower Republicans. God, it's a lot to take in. So this is what heaven really looks like?
Oh, glad you like it. We got it just about the way we want it now. It suits us. Now that you kids have left home and are out on your own.
Out on our own, are we? Oh boy, let me tell you. That's why I wanted so badly to talk to you in person. And I'm an agnostic. Look, things are getting way out of hand down there. I think humankind may be a little too much on its own.
Believe me, we've heard all about that. Come sit down and try to relax. Oh, the prayers, let me tell you. And from across the spectrum. Even from atheists, though they never realize they're praying.
And you know what a mess things are down there. Of course, how could you help knowing? So where's God in all this? That's what I'm wondering. The creation that ends up being like what we've got on Earth now just doesn't make sense.
Really? Are you sure? Don't get me started, young man. Your mother and I did the best for you and all your brothers and sisters. We gave you every advantage. Sure, we might have made mistakes, but I hope you didn't come up here just to find fault with us. That would not do at all.
Oh, no. I suppose I'm grateful for all you've done, the sacrifices you've made. You didn't compel us to worship you or even believe in you. For that matter, that was a gift.
You better believe it, son. We gave you free will. It's always been up to you where you go with it.
Well, we're not going in any positive direction on the whole. And the evidence for that is growing exponentially. We're killing each other in so many different ways, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, and we're not doing the planet much good either. I brought along some of the evidence right here.
You know, so you think that we're not aware? You know, it looks like omniscience isn't quite what it used to be, is it?
It never was. The first question you ever asked a man was when you said to Adam in the Garden of Eden, "Where art thou?" How's that for omniscience?
Come on, it was an existential question, just to give him something to think about. It's been a live question for the ages, you gotta admit that.
All right, whatever. But we need some intervention, and it's got to be decisive, and soon.
My, such ordering around we're getting from our grown-up child. Although we're used to it, frankly, at a safe distance, mind you. Oh, some of those prayers, on and on, do this, do that, gimme, gimme, gimme. God help us.
You know, your mother's introduced a salient point here. Humans are grown up now. In the infancy and the early childhood of your race, a certain flailing around was understandable. Over time, though, it's not unreasonable to expect you to act like adults, is it? Or am I mistaken?
I see your point, but when we were kids, at least according to some of our books, you were all over human existence. A revelation here, a revelation there, miracles all around.
You know, I'm not going to say a word for or against what your religions take to be revealed truth. That's your affair. It's part of your exercise of free will. It isn't guaranteed to come out well all the time.
And that's right there at the start of one of those entertaining sacred books you kids have made. I think you brought it up a few minutes ago. The forbidden tree, it says, provided knowledge of good and evil. which also means it provided knowledge, period, and the ability to get more knowledge, come what may.
And from all the good, and from all that, all the good and bad things have come. You know, your Jewish siblings who gave you that story had it about right, though they went on to enlist us in all their bloody battles for a homeland.
My word, was that ever exhausting for us. They seemed to think we were joined at the hip with them forever. On the other hand, it was an inspiring illusion.
And for all their pains, you've given them more than their share of grief.
Oh, so what's the use of all these purported revelations? If they weren't really in loco parentis, as it were, if they really didn't come from you?
You know, I guess it's the same as the point of all science, the art, the technology, the free exercise of your curiosity, your knowledge, and your capacity to reach your potential. Even human parents usually endorse that in their kids, or don't they?
Sure, but it's a little unfair of you to let go of us just because you've decided we're all grown up. On Earth alone, of all your creation, we're a fairly young species. I mean, look at the long run the dinosaurs had.
Oh yeah, the dinosaurs, they enjoyed millions of years of equilibrium in their environment, but that's because they fulfilled their potential and prospered. You know, I think maybe the human potential is even greater than that of the dinosaurs, don't you agree? You know, it might take a little longer. Keep working at it.
My point is that we may destroy ourselves and the planet we live on well before we've accomplished what you have in mind for us. And by the way, what do you have in mind for us? You could let me know, and I'd sure feel this visit was worthwhile. I mean, our fate is foreordained, isn't it? So give.
Now, that wouldn't be quite fair, would it? For our children to have free will, created by us, let me point out, we didn't have to do it. And for us, Almighty God, to be locked in with no flexibility?
You know, we might want to change our minds, is what your mother is saying, and we have from time to time. Running all of creation is a complex task, and, you know, we got to keep our options open.
But are you running it? It seems out of control to me, at least from my earthly perspective. And you're content to sit around up here in your cheesy 1950s living room, looking like the perfect Kiwanis couple, and call yourself God in this Saturday evening post-setup heaven? I would expect more inspiring choices from any deity worthy of my worship.
What a display! A little agnostic hissy fit. When you calm down, you might take a moment to consider what you're disdaining is your real idea of heaven. And that may be more important than whether or not this is in fact the real heaven.
That's a horrifying thought, actually.
Not too bad for an agnostic.
Oh, so what can I take back from to Earth? That God is going to continue to let this mess play itself out just because you're so proud of the free will you gave your screwed up kids?
And the intelligence to make the best possible use of it, remember? Plus, you know, you guys have long had dominion over all the creatures.
Except the microbes, of course.
You know, always there are going to be exceptions to deal with, dear. The exceptions, the things that don't quite fall right into place, the choices to make, most of them trivial, but some of them scary and consequential.
As for what you can take back from this little tete-a-tete, mister, there won't be anything. Not a zilch.
Oh, great. So now you're going to erase my memory of this edifying conversation. Just turn it upside down and shake it like an Etch-a-Sketch, huh?
We're not going to lift a finger, Sonny.
She's right. We won't have to. You've got too much to defend as an intelligent boy wanting the best for his human family. You don't want to risk all that, only to be taken for some delusional kook. There go all your possibilities of influencing things and making them better.
You kids are always so forgetful anyway. From all this, you'll probably only have access to a renewed appreciation for your freedom. What could be better than that?
Well, I guess I'll have to be satisfied with that. It's not really much in the way of reassurance, I have to say. And if this place is really my idea of heaven, and you are my idea of God, I'm awfully disappointed in myself.
Oh, take heart. Really, son. Taking heart, there's nothing better than that's better than being disappointed in yourself or your mom and dad, who will always want the best for you.
Give our best to the whole human family, will you? We'll always love them, though they'll admit that they won't much be aware of that all the time. But that's parents and kids for you, isn't it? And keep in touch.
Just don't overdo it, honey.